Resuming debate, reprise de débat, the honourable member for Saskatoon-Grasswood.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I know I have a couple of moments to touch on what we're discussing here today in the House, Bill S-214, an act to amend the Food and Drug Act. I want to thank, on the other place, the work of Senator Carolyn Stewart-Olson, who has put in months, if not years, of work on this bill. And I also want to thank the sponsoring member here for her work from Sarnia Lambton to bring this forward. We have heard from literally hundreds of thousands of Canadians on this bill. They're all concerned. They have seen worldwide the changes that have been made in other countries, and they want to follow up here in this country. This ban recognizes, really, Madam Speaker, that science has in fact come a long way in developing alternative methods by which we can test cosmetics without subjecting animals to cruel and needless testing. So furthermore, this ban puts us in line with many of our international trading partners. We've talked about it, including the European Union, Israel, Switzerland, Australia, and New Zealand. Second, Madam Speaker, I think this bill would ban the sale of cosmetics that were developed or even manufactured using cosmetic animal testing. In effect, this bill would make sure that Canadian cosmetic market was completely free of any products derived from animal testing practices. And I think, Madam Speaker, in this country, that is what the consumer desperately wants to see, that this bill would make sure that Canadian cosmetics market was completely free of products derived from animal testing practices. So in implementing this bill, we are making sure that Canada does not participate in testing cosmetics on animals in any shape or form, such as prohibition, recognizing that we as Canadians do not accept the cruelty of animal testing within the cosmetic industry, and that we must move forwards in alternative methods of testing which do not require the use of live animals. More and more cosmetic companies are testing their products these days using more innovative and effective means, such as three-dimensional reconstructive human skin modules, which can be more accurately test for the harmful side effects of certain cosmetic products. Here in Canada, it is long time that we fully embrace these alternative methods of testing the safety of cosmetics by banning the practice of animal testing within the cosmetic industry. Now, given the existence of these alternative testing methods and given the cruelty that animals suffer for the sake of testing for cosmetic products, it is unacceptable that animal testing for cosmetic purposes remains permitted here in Canada in the year of 2019. This bill, S-214, is truly a step forward because, Madam Speaker, it puts Canadians' policies ahead and certainly toward animal testing of cosmetics in line with not only our international partners, like I mentioned previously, but with the views and the expectations of all Canadians as well. Madam Speaker, as we've talked about in this place this morning, but in my constituency of Saskatoon-Grasswood, hundreds of people have signed petitions calling on all of us in this chamber to support this Bill S-214 in order to ban cosmetics cruelty in Canada. It is also worth noting that this bill passed in the Senate almost a year ago without any opposition whatsoever. Now, a year later, the responsibility clearly falls on all of us in this House that we move in the right direction as a country towards ensuring a cruelty-free cosmetics industry in this country. I want to thank those people in Saskatchewan that signed the petitions throughout my province. I've read many of them into the record a number of times in the House, and it was truly, and I looked at each and every one of those signatures, Madam Speaker. They came from far and wide in my province, and I know the sponsoring members mentioned all of Canada, but I can tell you I presented over 600 names right along from Saskatchewan for those that took the time to go into places like Body Shop, sign the petition with their name, where they're from, to make an effort to have this bill, in fact, go forward. So thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on S-214.
Here, here.